Hello my dear students. So we are going to start our new lesson, that is exercise chapter 2, polynomials. Starting with exercise 2.2. Polynomials basically is a chapter which we have the basic of that has been done in 9th standard. It is basically a quadratic equation. So considering the first one, the basics of this is very easy. Actually, I'll directly start solving these questions because they are not at all that difficult if we remember them certain things. I'll cover the basics with while I'm solving these exercise. I'm starting with exercise 2.2. Question number 1. Okay. And the first question deals with find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. See my dear students, the quadratic polynomial is normally of the type ax square plus bx plus c. This is the quadratic polynomial. This you have to know. When the highest power is 2, then we call it as a quadratic polynomial. If the highest power is 3, then it becomes ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This will be a cubic polynomial. This is a quadratic polynomial. Why I am telling you this is that when quadratic polynomial is there, then the coefficient of x square is taken as a, coefficient of x is taken as b, and the constant is taken as c. See, if we say similarly, if we go for cubic polynomial, then the coefficient of cube will be a, coefficient of square will be b, coefficient of x power 1 is c, and the constant is d. This you have to understand. Why we have to understand this? Because my dear students, there is one relation when we consider an equation ax square plus bx plus c. When we consider this equation, then there is a relation between the zeros of the polynomial. First of all, what is a zero of a polynomial? What is a zero of a polynomial? Zero of a polynomial, see, basically they are those values of x. When we substitute those values in this equation, then that will become a 0. Then this equation will become a 0. For what values of x this equation will become is equal to 0? Those are called as zeros. See, value 0 and 0 are two different things. Zeros means basically it is, we can say it is a post, it is basically a, what do I say, a label given to a number, it is a name given to a number. Zero is number 0 is this, number 0, but when we give it a name, see, it will be 7 is a 0 of this polynomial. 7 is a 0 of this polynomial. At this time, 7 is not the number 0. 7 is a name, a label given to this number. 0 is the name, label given to this number, because when we substitute 7 in this place of x, then that polynomial will become 0. Of course, at that time, these a, b and c will be different things. Are you getting, my dear students? See, I'll do one thing. I'll first solve 2-3 questions with this sort. And then we will again turn to solve these equations, because I want you all to understand the relationship between the zero. First of all, what is a zero? And then we will understand the relationship between the zero and the polynomial. There are two different things over here. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify relationships between the zeros and the coefficients. This 0 has a relationship with the coefficients. 0 has a relationship with the coefficients. What is the relationship? That we will understand afterwards. First we'll understand what is the meaning of a 0. Okay, so this thing I'll do in rough, I will not do in proper stepwise, because I consider that the first thing you are understanding how to solve it, though I will do it fair afterwards. So considering, supposing I'll do the second equation first. Second question is 4s square minus 4s plus 1. This is the condition, polynomial. Now we have to factorize this polynomial. To factorize this polynomial, what we have to do, the first thing, that's what I am going to revise it. We will have to multiply. The first thing that we have to do is that multiply the coefficient of s square with the constant. These two you have to multiply. Now it is basically 4 into 1, it is basically 4, so it is okay. It can be something else. And that too you have to remember the sign also, plus 4. You have to multiply it with the signs. Okay, now this is the product that you have got. This is called as the product. We are calling it a product of the coefficient of square with the constant and with the signs. This is plus 4. I hope you got this. This is the first step that you are supposed to do. Now what you have to do is that we have to find the two numbers which can multiply to become 4, and those two numbers who multiply to become 4 will either add with each other to become the middle term minus 4, or they will subtract with each other to become the middle term minus 4. So considering this 4, which are the numbers that multiply to become 4? See, the first one, 4 into 1 means 4 and 1. These are the two numbers. 4 and 1 are the two numbers, they will become 4. But then they should multiply to become this product, and these two numbers, the same two numbers, should add with each other or subtract with each other to become this middle coefficient, the coefficient of the s. So if I consider 4 and 1, if I add the two, it will become 5, which I don't require. If I subtract the two, it will become 3. This also I don't require. That means this combination is a wrong combination. If I add the two numbers, even then I am not getting 4. If I subtract the two numbers, even then I am not getting 4. So now what are the other two numbers? 2 and 2. 2 2s are 4. Now if I add the two numbers, 2 plus 2, then definitely I am getting 4. That is the middle coefficient. So these numbers, they look like that they are my proper pair, but they look like they are not yet finalized. So this is the second step. You first multiplied the coefficient of square with the constant, you got a product. Then you discovered two numbers such that they will multiply to become the product. At the same time, they will add or subtract to become the coefficient of the middle term. Same two numbers. Now comes the third step, that is we have to assign signs. Assign signs. So these are the two numbers, 2, 2. If I give always normally what you should do is that give this sign to the greater number. Whatever is this sign, give it to the greater number. The greater number are basically both are 2, so you can give this sign to anybody. This is the sign, this sign will go to the greater number straight, that you can't do anything. The greater number will have this sign, that is by compulsion. And now you have to manipulate the sign of this number. What is this number? 2. If the two add and to become 4, if I give plus sign to this, it will become minus 2 plus 2 will become 0. So this cannot have a plus sign. This I will have to give minus sign. Only then minus 2 will become minus 4. See, try to understand. This sign will go to one number, that is the greatest number. The greater number will definitely have the sign of the middle term. There you can't do anything. Greater number will have this sign of the middle term. And the second number you will have to manipulate. It can be minus also, it can be plus also. You will have to see, if I give plus, then minus 2 plus 2 will become 0 and I want 4. So this has to be minus 2. Then minus 2 will give me minus 4. That means now the split is this, minus 2 minus 2. Okay, but now it is not yet confirmed. Now the verification is required, confirmation is required. How do you confirm this? Multiply these two, minus 2 into minus 2. If you multiply the two numbers, minus 2 into minus 2, 2 2s are 4, minus minus plus, plus 4, you have returned over here. This same number should come over here with the sign. If this same number comes with the sign, then this split is confirmed. So this split is minus 2 minus 2, minus 2s minus 2s. So here I will write, in place of this 4 I will write, remember the rest of the equation I will copy, 4s square I will copy, and here I will write minus 2s, and again second is also minus 2s. This also I will copy. Now I will take the common factor from here, take the common factor from here, and you have to be very careful when there is a minus sign over here. When it comes to number, the common factor will be 2, because smaller number is completely dividing the greater number, and the smaller power will go out. Now this will divide 2, 2s are 4, 1 has gone out, 1s will remain inside minus. 2s has gone out completely, so 1 will remain over here. Now there is a minus sign over here, now you have to be very careful. There is no common factor over here, common factor is 1. Inside then you will get 2s. Now minus sign has gone outside, so this sign will change. Whenever minus sign goes out of the bracket, the inner sign will change. So this is plus, this will become minus 1. So now again 2s minus 1, 2s minus 1 is a common bracket, and then remaining is 2s minus 1. See, this is the factorization. So we can write 4s square minus 4s plus 1 is equal to 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. You are finding the 0. Remember, my dear students, you are finding the 0. So now what you have done, see this, if I factorize it, is this is equal to minus 1. So to find 0 of p of x, this is p of x, four s square minus 4s plus 1 will be equal to 0 when this 2s, basically in place of this I can write 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. This is possible. See, the multiplication of two number is 0. When is the multiplication of two number is 0? When either of the one number is 0. But basically these both are same numbers. Possible when either this 2s minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2s minus 1 is equal to 0. But basically these both are same numbers. So I can write when 2s minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, I will have to solve this. 1 s is equal to 1 upon 2. So this s is equal to 1 upon 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. Only one number, 1 upon 2. Now to confirm this, 4s square minus 4s plus 1. In place of s square, if I write 1 upon 2, see what is that? 4s square minus 4s plus 1. 4 into 1 upon 2 square minus 4 into 1 upon 2 plus 1, right? Plus a. So this will become 4 into 1 upon 4. 2 square will become 4. 2 1s are 2 2s are minus 2 plus 1, right? This will get cancelled. You will get 1 minus 1. That will be equal to 0. This is minus 1. If you have some other way of solving this, you can confirm this. But this is this you are not supposed to do. I am just trying to explain you what is a 0. To find a 0 means basically you are finding a number. This is the s is equal to half. Actual number is half, 1 upon 2. But 1 upon 2 will be called as a 0 of this polynomial. 0 of this polynomial. Why it is called as a 0 of this polynomial? Because when we substitute 1 upon 2 in place of s, then this polynomial becomes, the value of the polynomial becomes 0. 0. Value becomes 0. Are you getting? So that is the reason this s, not s, half is called as the 0 of the polynomial. This is the meaning of the 0. Okay. I'll solve one more question for you all people, and then we can proceed to the next point of this. We can proceed to the next point of this then. Okay, so what is the next? One more question I'll solve all for you people. So I'll consider supposing the third question itself. It looks, what that looks difficult normally is easy. That's what my, I'll go for the sixth one. I will definitely solve the whole exercise, don't worry my dear students. First I want you all people to understand the concept behind this. Again, the first question we will see, find the zero of the following quadratic polynomial. The zero, I told you, first we have to do what? We have to find the product. 3 into minus 4. I hope now you are understanding. Minus 12. 3 into minus 4 minus 12. Okay. Now the second point is, find the numbers which will multiply to become 12 and which will add or subtract to become minus 1. This is 1. At present just 12. So you have got many numbers to become 12. So 4 3s are 12 I'll take. See, you can take many numbers. 12 1s are 12, 2 6s are 12, 4 3s are 12. There are many numbers like that. But if you will take this number, if you will add the two numbers, 12 plus 1 will give you 13, which is not 1. 12 minus 1 will give you 11. So this pair is wrong pair. 2 plus 6 will give you 8. 6 minus 2 will give you 4. Again, this is not a right pair. 4 plus 3 will give you 7, but 4 minus 3 will give you 1. So this looks like a proper pair. So 4 and 3 can be the two numbers. When you multiply the two numbers, you become 12. You get 12. And when you subtract the two numbers, we get 1. So this sounds like a proper pair. Now we will go to the third thing, that we have to assign the signs. So what I told, give the sign to the greater number. This is minus, this will go straight to the greater number is minus. Greater number is 4. So minus sign will go to 4. Now manipulate this 3 so that minus 4 minus 3 will give you minus 7. You want minus 1. Minus 4 plus 3 will give you minus 1, right? So this is the right split, minus 4x plus 3x. This is the right split. But confirmation is required. Again, minus 4 into minus 3, minus 4 into plus 3, sorry. Minus 4 into plus 3. You know, these are numbers, minus 4 plus 3. Confirmation, last one. Minus 4 into plus 3 will give you minus 12. 4 3s are 12, minus plus minus. And this is minus 12. You have returned over here. This should come and match with the sign. Then the split is the right split. So this is the split, minus 4x plus 3x. This I will write in the place of this. This whole thing will go. So what I will get is 3x square. What I will do, I will write plus 3x first. Plus 3x minus 4x afterwards. See, remember, only the signs have to be proper. Minus 4. Fine. Why? Just because 3 3 I am writing together, the common factor will become very easy. So here common factor will be 3x. 3 will go out, smaller power will go out. 3x is the common factor, you have to treat only these two. So 3 this is gone, 1x will remain. Plus when the whole 3x is gone outside, nothing is there, so 1 will remain. Minus sign is going out of the bracket. Now you have to be very careful. 4 is the common factor. Among the variable, no common factor. 4 has gone out, x remains. Minus will become plus now because there is a minus sign has gone outside. This 4 has gone outside completely, 1 will remain. Common bracket, x plus 1, x plus 1. So x plus 1 is a common bracket. So you get 3x minus 4 outside. So this is the factorization done. Therefore, p of x is equal to 3x square minus x minus 4. P of x. This is the condition now. This has got converted to this. If you will multiply this, you will get this. If you multiply these two brackets, so you will return to this. This is the meaning of factorization done. For p of x to be equal to 0, when will this be equal to 0? X plus 1 to be equal to 0. X plus 1 should be equal to 0, or 3x minus 4 has to be equal to. Two brackets are multiplying with each other to become 0. That means either this bracket has to be 0 or this bracket has to be 0. Two numbers will multiply to become 0 only if one of the number is 0. Either this bracket has to be 0 or this bracket has to be 0. So either x plus 1 has to be equal to 0 or 3x minus 4 has to be equal to 0. So if I solve this, I'll get x is equal to minus 1, or 3x minus 4 goes on the other side, 0 plus 4 will be equal plus 4, x will be equal to 4 upon 3. Therefore, minus 1 comma 4 upon 3 are zeros of given polynomial. Fine, my dear student. So if I want to confirm this, how do you understand? Zeros means basically when you substitute minus 1 in place of x, the whole polynomial will become 0. So you see here the polynomial is what? 3x square minus x minus 4. If I substitute minus 1, remember minus 1, this will become 3 into minus 1 square minus minus 1 minus 4, right? This will become 3 into 1 minus minus plus 1 minus 4. Sorry, my dear student, this I know that when I cough it is not right to hear for your people, but I'm really very sorry for that. 3 ones are 3 plus 1 minus 4 will give you minus 3, and then this will become 0. Okay. So now the other number is 4 upon 3. 3 I am writing first only. In place of x square I will write 4 upon 3 square minus, in place of x I will again write 4 upon 3 minus 4. So now if I go to solve this, this will become 3 into 16 upon 9 minus 4 upon 3 minus 4. This will get cancelled, 3 3 so I will get 16 upon 4 minus 4 upon 3 minus 4. 16 upon 3. Now these denominators are same, so they can directly subtract. 16 minus 4 will give me 12 upon 3 minus 4. 3 4 is 12. 4 minus 4 become 0. Are you getting, my dear students? I hope I am visible and I am in the range. So this is how. So now I hope now you have understood the meaning of 0. Basically when you are finding a 0 of a polynomial, that means you are finding a number. When we substitute that number in the place of the variable x, in this case it was s, then that polynomial becomes 0. The value of the polynomial becomes 0. Okay, so this is how the first question is dealing with. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial. So here, up to here the question is there, what we have done up to here. Afterwards they are telling verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. See, these zeros which we have found by this method of splitting the middle term, we split the middle term and then we find the 0. They have a relationship with the coefficients. But remember, I am teaching you in the reverse fashion. I am teaching you something in the reverse fashion. I am telling you what the relationship is. We are talking about that they have got a relationship. I mean to say that they have got a relationship. I am first explaining you what is the relationship between the 0, these numbers, and the coefficients of these polynomial. What is the relationship? I am telling you, and you have to actually show in your paper that this, you have to establish that relationship in the paper, in the solution of yours. Are you getting, my dear students? So okay, so now the next topic that we are moving to is, we will do the same problems, and with the help of this I'll show you how they are having the same relationship, of course, but we have to do it in the reverse way. You will definitely understand. Pay attention, remove all the things from your brain, remove all the cobwebs, all the thoughts that you have got. All the cobwebs will be cleared, don't worry about that, but first understand the concept. Ax square plus, this is the general form of a polynomial, we know that, of a quadratic polynomial, of course. This is the general form. General form means basically some coefficient x square, some coefficient x, and then constant. This is the general form. Now we have to consider the zeros of the polynomial. Now we can label the zeros of the polynomial or assign a variable to the polynomial. It can be any variable. It can be y, it can be m, it can be n, it can be s, it can be u, v, But we normally don't use these because many number of times the quadratic polynomial itself is having variable s, variable m, variable n, variable t, variable u. It can be anything out of this. So what we do normally is that for zeros, normally the zeros are 2. Usually zeros are two numbers which can be substituted in the place of x, and then this become a 0. Okay, there are 2 zeros. Usually what we do, we assign a different variable, entirely a different variable to zeros, which abnormally also we will not assign those variable in the form of the polynomial. So what we do, let the 2 zeros, one 0 is alpha, the other 0 is beta. These are basically the zeros. Alpha is a 0, means a number, which when I substitute in place of x, this will become 0. Value 0. If beta is substituted in the place of x, then the value of the variable will become 0. So basically alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomials. So now, what is the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients? I am going to tell you directly the relationship. What is the relationship? I am going to tell you that. Remember, there is no direct relationship between the zero itself and the coefficient. What is the relationship? The sum of the coefficients, sum of zeros means I add these two, alpha plus beta is always equal to negative coefficient of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So I can tell it what? It is equal to, minus is in the relationship, it is in the formula, minus alpha plus beta means the sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x means b upon coefficient of x square means a. This is the relationship between the zeros. What is the relationship? The sum of the zeros, if I add the two zeros, then it is equal to minus b upon a, minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. At the same time, another relationship is alpha into beta product is equal to positive coefficient of, no, not coefficient, constant, it is a constant upon coefficient of x square. That means it is equal to c upon a. So what do we have? The sum of the zeros is equal to minus b upon a, and product of the zeros is equal to c upon a. Okay, my dear students, so this is what you have to understand. Master this, and then I will tell you one more thing. See, my dear student, okay, forget that, later we'll see, we'll just stick to this. So now, how far is this true? First understand the concept. How far is this true? That, and see whether it is true. When you will apply this, then you will be able to understand it in a better way. Are you understand? See, two different concepts or two different ideas we have learned till now. One is what is a zero and how to find a zero. So how to find a zero? We learned it over here. Two examples we took. This is the polynomial. What is a zero? A value which I substituted in place of this s. Then this polynomial will become 0. So I found it by the method of splitting the middle term. How do I split the middle term? I have explained this already, my dear students. You can revise this if you want again. And then you factorize the polynomial. When you factorize the polynomial, then you state to find 0 of p of x. This to become 0. This has to become 0. That means the multiplication of the two factors is equal to, has to become 0. This is possible when either this bracket or this bracket will be equal to 0. In this case, there are both the same brackets, so you can take any one bracket. So you get the value of s is equal to half. That means half is a 0 of this polynomial. This 0 is basically a a position, a label. Okay, so this is the 0, half is a 0. That means in place of s, if I substitute a half, then this will become 0. This is the basically idea of 0 that we have understood. And what is the relationship between the 0 and the coefficients? Is that sum of the zeros is always equal to minus b upon a, means minus coefficient of x upon a, and product of the zeros is always equal to constant upon a. Now let us see whether it is true in both the cases that we have solved. In this case, 4s square minus 4s plus 1. See, this is the equation. 4s square minus 4s plus 1. This is the equation that we have got. And 0 is half. Now see here, 1 0 we have got half. What about the other 0? Other 0 is also half. How? See here, we have got 2s minus 1. So from here we will get s is equal to half, and from here also I will get s is equal to half. Right? So in both the cases, both the zeros are going to be half. So there are two zeros. So alpha is also basically alpha is also equal to half, and beta is also equal to half. Both of them are going to be equal to be half. So now what is the relation? If I add the two, means alpha plus beta, what do I get? Half plus half will be equal to 1. Half plus half 1. And what I say, sum of the zeros is always equal to minus coefficient of x. Coefficient of s is, see, this is the minus of the formula, minus 4 upon coefficient of s square, that is 4. So if I open this, minus minus plus 4 upon 4, and that is equal to 1. Sum of the zeros is always equal to minus b upon a. And similarly, product of the zeros, what is the product of the zeros? Half into half, that will be equal to 1 upon 4. Right? Multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator, that is 1 upon 4. And this will be equal to what I told? Constant upon coefficient of s square a, that is constant is 1 upon a, that is 4. Barabar hai? If you take one more example that we have solved before, see, this is one more example that we have solved before. So in this case, see, 3x square minus x minus 4, this was the equation, polynomial, and we have got two roots. One is minus 1, second one is 4 upon 3. This is what we have got. These are the two zeros, roots, zeros, both are same. Now alpha plus beta is equal to what? Alpha plus beta means minus 1 plus 4 upon 3, minus 1 plus 4 upon 3. If I add this, it will become minus 3 plus 4 upon 3. It will become 1 upon 3. Right? And same if I go, what is this I told? It is always, sum of the root is always equal to minus b upon a. Minus of the formula, b is minus 1 upon a. A is 3. Minus minus plus 1 upon 3. Right? Now go to the next one, alpha into beta. Product will be what? Minus 1 into 4 upon 3. Minus 1 means minus 1 into 4, minus 4 upon 3. This will be the product. It will be equal to constant upon square. Constant is what? Minus 4, right, upon 3. This is the relationship. But remember, my dear students, so this is the relationship. The first question is asking you to find the zeros. How to find the zeros I have explained you. Find the zeros by the method of the splitting the middle term. But now you will have to show that there is a relationship and that what is the relationship. And there is a method to do that. You can't do it in the same way. What you have to do, see, this you can't do in this way. You have to establish a relationship. This is proving the relationship. You have to show what is the relationship, not prove the relationship. So what is the relationship? While that what you are supposed to do is slightly different and slightly, it can be complex, but you will have to solve few problems and then you will be able to understand. We will definitely solve the exercise and then you will be able to understand everything clearly. But I want to, you all be able to understand this in first of all the concept. So first we took the polynomial, then by splitting the middle terms we got the zeros, and now we have to verify the relationship. So what you will do is that first you will write alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus 1 plus 4 upon 3. Now when you solve this, you will get minus 3 plus 4 upon 3 and you will get 1 upon 3. This is what you have solved. Now from here, what you have to do is, you will have to travel from here to minus b upon a. From here you will have to change your thought. Up to here what you did, you found the sum and you solved and you reached over here. Now you will have to modify it, manipulate this. How to do that? You know what is alpha plus beta? You know in your mind it is minus b upon a, means minus is needed. So how do you get minus over here? For that, minus and then one more minus 1 upon 3. You will have to bring this because you require a minus. So you require a minus over here. But to bring minus over here, you have require a plus over here. So you'll have to write minus minus because minus minus is plus. Now if you'll pay an attention, minus, and what is minus 1? It is b. B, and what is 3? It is a. That is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of a. This is how we have established the relationship. For the second relationship, same thing you will do, alpha into beta. First you will solve. What is alpha? Minus 1 into beta. What is beta? 4 upon 3. When you will solve this, minus plus minus 1 4 is 4 upon 3. Solution done. Now you know product is actually equal to what? C upon a, and this is plus. This is plus C upon a. So this is minus but. So that means you require plus outside and minus 4 upon 3 will go inside the bracket. There is a plus over here. You have to understand this. Now minus 4 is what? C, and 3 is a. That is equal to constant upon coefficient of x square. This is the relationship we have developed. Are you getting, my dear students? So these are the various parts that you have to understand how you are going to solve the problems. First you have to solve the problem to find the value of a 0. Then after finding the values of 0, you have to establish this relationship. That is what is asked in the question. So let us start to solve the questions according to the textual exercise. So you will have a better picture, clearer ideas flowing through your mind. Okay. So let us start, my dear students. Exercise 2.2. Question number 1. And first question. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. There are two questions, okay? The first part, you can take the polynomial is polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. So here we will tell finding the zeros of p of x. This is what you are performing. So p of x is equal to this, and now we will proceed. Of course I will not write everything now. You have to understand this. Rough work. Do I have a rough page? Uh, do I have a rough page? Yes, I have got a rough page. Slight confusion, my dear students, because lots of pages. Oh, just search up for a page. I forgot. I lost the. What is this? So, again lost. See, coming back over here. Sorry, my dear students, I have eaten a lot of time. Now coming over here, just because I wanted to do this, x square minus 2x minus 8. The product is equal to what? 1 into minus 8. Product is equal to minus 8. Fine. This is the product. Now we have to find the two numbers. So multiplication is 8 and addition or subtraction will be 2. So it is very clear that 2 and 4 will be the numbers, because 2 4s is 8. 2 plus 4 is, no, 2 minus 4 is 2. Okay. So these are the two numbers. You multiply, this will become product. You subtract them, this will become the coefficient of the middle term. Now we have to assign the signs. This sign will go to the greater number. So minus 4. Now what will be the sign of the smaller number? Greater number we have got. Smaller of the number will be, if supposing I take this minus 2, the minus 2 minus 4 will give me minus 6. I want minus 2. So this has to be plus 2. This has to be plus 2. Okay. So this is the one. Now verification is required. 2 into minus 4. So multiply the two numbers and we will get minus 8. So that means the split is 2 and minus 4. So 2x minus 4x. This is the split. So I will write over here x square plus 2x minus 4x. Now see, don't consider the sign anymore. These are the signs. Plus 2x minus 4x minus 8. Are you getting? This I am copying x square and minus 8 as it is. These are the signs you will take. This minus is now no more existing. Plus 2x minus 4x. Okay, fine. This is done. Now I will take out the common factor x. X plus 2. Minus is going out of the bracket. Minus 4. X plus 2. Now x plus 2. X plus 2 will be the common bracket. And then in this will be x minus 4. This is factorization complete. Okay, this is one. Once you factorize this, now what we will do is that find zeros of p of x. P of x should be equal to 0. That means x square minus 2x minus 8 should be equal to 0. That means x plus 2 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, finding the zeros. To find zeros of p of x, I have to find two means I have to find p of x is equal to 0. At that time actually this equation is going to be equal to 0. At that time actually this factorization also is going to be equal to 0, and therefore either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 4. Therefore minus 2 comma 4 are zeros of given polynomial, or you can write of p of x. Okay, so what is next? Now we have to establish the verify the relationship. Verifying the relationship of zeros with the coefficients. Now we will go to the same thing. As I told you, first what we will do, verifying the relationship means basically let alpha be equal to -2, beta be equal to 4. The two zeros are this, -2 and 4. So alpha plus beta, -2 plus 4. First we will solve. We will get what? 2. Okay, this is 2. Now this is equal to what? Now this you want to be equal to minus b upon a. So because you want minus of the formula, so but this is plus, so this will become -2 upon a is 1. That is equal to -2 is definitely b. In place of -2 you are writing b upon a. Therefore alpha plus beta minus coefficient of x upon a is 1. Coefficient of x square. This is regarding alpha plus beta, fine. Now go to alpha into beta. Now what is alpha? -2. What is beta? 4. -8. Now you know alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Okay, it is equal to c upon a. So it is positive, this is negative. So you require it to be positive. So -8 upon a, there is positive sign, upon, sorry, 1. -8 is basically c, a is 1. So which is equal to constant upon this is alpha. These are the relationships that you have established. So this is how you are going to solve. Try to understand. First you are finding zeros. For finding zeros, first you are factorize, find zeros and then verify. This is how the question is going on. So let's go to the second question. The second question is 4s square minus 4s plus 1. This we have done already. I will do it as a part of the solution. So here we will get the finding the zeros of this is p of x is equal to p of s. Now you have to write s, p of s is equal to 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So if you factorize this, p of s is equal to, now if you remember that you require this, keeps on happening, dedicated paper. This is what product is, 4 into 1, 4. Fine. Now second step is I have to find a number which will multiply to become 4 and add to become the middle term. So it is very easy, 2 and 2. You multiply to become 4 and add to become the middle term again 4. Then you have to give the signs. Minus sign will give to the greater number. Both are equal, you can give it to any number. Now the other number will have minus, then only -2 will become -4. Verification, -2 into -2. You have to multiply these both numbers. It will become 2 2s are 4, minus minus plus. Right? These all steps you have to go through, my dear students, in rough work. Okay? So the split is -2 -2. So 4s square minus 2s minus 2s plus 1. This will become p of s is equal to, here 2s will go out of the bracket, 2s minus 1. Minus is gone out of the bracket, there is no common factor, so 1 will be the common factor in the bracket, whatever is there, but remember this plus will become -1. These are the now common brackets p of s is equal to 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1 for p of x will be equal to 0, 4s square minus 4s plus 1 should be equal to 0, 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1 should be equal to 0. Therefore 2s minus 1 is equal to 0, or 1 goes over there, 1 upon 2. Basically you have got both the roots half. Therefore comma half also you can write is 0 of given 1. Okay, fine. This is done. So we have got the 0. Now we will verifying the relationship of 0 with the okay, so alpha is equal to half, beta is also equal to half. So alpha plus beta means the sum of the coefficient is equal to half plus half, that is equal to 1. Half plus half is equal to 1. Fine. This is equal to, now what this should be equal to, actually it should be equal to minus b upon a, minus of the formula. So minus if I give, so minus 1 I will have to write, then only it will become minus minus plus upon 1. That will be equal to minus. Now minus 1, is minus 1 equal to b, or a, yes, it is equal to b. Oh, okay, here slight problem, because actually it is going to be equal to 4 here, then it will be, you will write, see here, but you will have to write is equal to 4 upon 4 you will have to write, my dear students, because this is equal to, see here, minus 4 upon 4, minus 4 upon 4, when you cancel it is going to be equal to minus 1 upon 1. Okay, this is not matching, but try to understand. You have got, you have, I told you, up to here you have to solve, and from here you have to reach to minus b upon a. From here you have to change it in such a way that it goes to minus b upon a. You have to develop the relationship. For developing the relationship, first you think about negative sign. So that's why negative sign was not there. You brought negative sign, and then you write over here also, because then only it will be minus minus plus. You should be able to return back. Okay, so minus 1 upon 1. Now you see your b upon a actually is 4 upon 4, and definitely 4 upon 4 is also equal to 1 upon 1. So I can write minus 4 upon 4, because minus 4 upon 4 is equal to minus 1 upon 1. So I wrote it minus 4 upon 4. Like this I am developing the relationship, and then this will be equal to minus, now minus 4 is coefficient of s upon 4 is coefficient of s square. So this you will write, therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of s upon coefficient of s square. This is one relationship that you have developed. Second relationship will be alpha into beta, 1 upon 2 into 1 upon. This will be 1 ones are 1 upon 4. Again same thing. Now you should know it is equal to c upon a. 1 upon 4. C upon a, c is constant. It is already 1 upon 4. It is as it is. So don't no problem. Is equal to c upon a. That is equal to constant upon coefficient of s square. Therefore alpha beta is equal to constant upon coefficient of s square. This is how you will think of. Fine. So let's go to next questions. Next question is third question. 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. So definitely you will have to bring it to the normal form. It is not a general form. 6x square minus 7x minus 3. This is the general form. X square, x and then constant. So here you will write finding the zeros of given polynomial or p of x. Anything. For that, what you will do? Of course, again you will require to do first is product. Product, what I will do? 6 into minus 3. Fine. 6 into minus 3. 6 3s are 18. Minus 18, right? 6 into minus 3 minus 18. Second is now two numbers multiply to become 18 and add or subtract to become 7. 6 3s are 18. We have got this will multiply to become 18 but add up to become 9. This will not do. 9 2s are 18. We have got, of course, this will multiply to become 18 and subtract to become 7. So this is okay. I can go with 9 2. Then I have to see the relationship. 9 I assign the signs. Minus will give to the greater one. Minus. If I give minus to this, minus 9 minus 2 will become minus 11. I want minus 7. So I will give this plus 2. Then it will be minus 7. Fine. Now verification. Minus 9 into 2 is minus 18. Right? This is right split. Minus 9x minus or plus 2x. But what I will do is, okay, I can do anyway because I will write 2 first. 6 के साथ 2, 3 के साथ 9. Okay, so 6x square I will copy. 2 I will write first plus 2x minus 9x minus 3. Just because factorization, while finding this common factor, it becomes easy. That is the only relation, the only reason. Okay. Otherwise, even if you write in minus 9x plus 2x, still it is solvable. Don't worry about that. So here 2 becomes a common factor and x will go out of the bracket. 2 if I divide, this will become 3x plus sign. 2x is 1, so 1. Minus sign is going out of the bracket. Now you have to be careful. 3 will be the common factor. Among x, nothing. 3, 3s are 9. X minus will become plus. 3 has gone outside 1. 3x plus 1, 3x plus 1. So you get p of x is equal to 3x plus 1 into 2x minus 3. This is the factorization done. Now you will tell for p of x to be equal to 0, 6x square minus 7x minus 3 should be equal to 0. That means 3x plus 1 into 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So now if I find this, 3x is equal to minus or 2x is equal to 3. X is equal to minus 1 upon 3 or x is equal to 3 upon 2. These are the values. Therefore, minus 1 upon 3 comma 3 upon 2 are zeros of x. This you have got. Fine. Now verifying the relationship of zeros with coefficients. For that, what you do, let alpha be equal to minus 1 upon 3 beta be equal to 3 upon 2. Now you will find the sum. Alpha plus beta is equal to, actually find the sum first. Right here, huh? Cross multiplication 3 to the 6, 7 upon 6. Now this you should develop it to be minus b upon a. Okay, so for that I will require a minus sign first, so minus, but then this also become minus 7 upon 6. Now I should see whether b is minus 7. Yes, b is minus 7 and a is 6. Minus 7 upon 6 is equal to b minus b upon a. Therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient. This is one relationship you have got. Now you go to the other relationship, that is alpha into beta is equal to alpha is minus 1 upon 3, beta is 3 upon 2. This will be cancelled, it is equal to minus 1 upon 2. Now see whether the constant is minus 1. Minus 1 nahi hai, but minus 3 hai. So this is what? Write it what it is. Minus 3 if I write upon 6 will be minus 2 1 upon 2. है ना? Minus 3 upon 6. What you have got? Constant upon a is this, minus 3 upon 6. If I write minus 3 upon 6, it is basically minus 1 upon 2. So instead of minus 1 upon 2, I can write minus 3 upon 6. That will be equal to, minus 3 is now constant upon coefficient of x square. This is the relationship. I'll find to it. I can write it one more step. Okay, my dear students, slowly, steadily you will be able to do this. Don't worry. It's not at all that difficult. Now coming to this topic. This is slightly different. Fourth one. P of x is equal to 4u square plus 8u. Now here you don't have to really factorize, you just have to find the common factor. You don't have to split. Factorization you have to do. You don't have to split the middle term and factorize. You have to factorize, but no need of splitting the middle term and factorization. Factorization you can do even now, just take out the common factor and that is factorization done. So here you will get p of x is equal to, now first we will write finding the zeros of p of x. Now what will be the common factor? 4u is the common factor. 4u is the common factor. This goes out of the bracket. 4 cancel, u square, u stays 2. U has gone outside. So this is the factorization complete. Now you will straight proceed for p of x is equal to 0. Actually 4u square plus 8u should be equal to 0, but then 4u into u plus 2 should be equal to 0. Therefore multiplication is between this and this. 4u is equal to 0 or u plus 2 has to be, either this has to be equal to 0 or this has to be equal to 0, then only this whole thing will be equal to 0. Therefore u is equal to 0 upon 4, therefore u is equal to 0 or u is equal to minus 2. Therefore 0 comma minus 2, these are the zeros of p of x. You can confirm this. If you substitute u in place of u0, this will become 0. 8 into 0 0, then this whole thing will become 0. Minus 2 square will be 4. 4 into 4 will be 16. Minus 2 here, so minus 6 this will be minus 6. 16 minus 16 will be 0. You substitute that and then you will see Substitute -2 in place of them, solve them, you will get a 0 over there. So these are the zeros, and now verifying the relationship 0 and coefficients. Fine. Here let alpha be equal to 0. Fine. Therefore now you will tell sum of the roots, sum of the zeros is equal to 0 plus -2, that will be -2. This is what you have got, and now you have to change it to become that. Now here you know 4u square plus 8u plus 0 is the constant. No constant means constant is 0. Fine. So here you will get -2. You require minus b upon a. Minus is there already. -2 upon 1. Right? Minus is already there. So now you check whether this is b is 8. No. So now what is minus b upon u? Minus is of the formula. Minus 8 upon a is 4. If I solve this, I will get -2 upon 1. This. That means I can write -8 upon 4 is equal to -8 upon 4. That is equal to minus b upon a. Fine. So alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of u upon coefficient of u square. This is 1, 2. Done. Now product of the roots alpha into beta is equal to 0 into -2, that is equal to 0, because it is equal to constant c upon a, because constant is 0 upon a, 0. Actually it is meaningless, not defined to be true. Therefore alpha into beta constant upon coefficient of u square. So this is done. With this we completed 4 questions. Now we can go for question number 5. Okay, going for question number 5. You can take a try on this. This is slightly different. What do you think that we can do about this? T square minus 15. We have to anyhow find the factorization. What do you all feel that we can do about this? See, this type of question and idea, you have to just click it. They can be written in the form of identity that you know you have used. First you will write you have this under the square, you have to write this also under the square. For that what you will do, simple. If you could find the square root of this, then you would have written the root and then square, but you can't find the square root. So radical, write the radical and then over that square. So this is done. Then now you will write by identity, you know it is equal to x plus y and then x minus y. This is factorization done. For either this bracket is equal to 0 or this bracket is equal to 0. Therefore therefore t is equal to minus root 15, or therefore you will get minus root 15, and these are the zeros of q of x. Fine. So now I feel, now you can substitute these values over there and confirm it. Once it is, see, I'll do it for you all people. T square minus 15. Once is minus 15, so t, in place of t I'll write minus root 15 square minus 15, right? Minus, but the square of this minus root 15 square is 15 positive, 15 minus 15 will be equal to 0. Similarly, you substitute root 15 over there, you will get 15 minus 15. Because square is always going to be positive. So this is done, you have found the zeros. Now, very fine. Relationships of zeros with coefficient. So here what you will get, let alpha be equal to minus root 15, beta be equal to root 15. So sum of the roots, alpha plus minus root 15 plus root 15. This is the sum of the root. But then this is equal to 0. So this is going to be equal to 0 upon 1. So now if you will see, here we have got like this it is, b is equal to 0. So here you have got minus 0 upon 1, that is equal to minus b upon a. So you get alpha plus beta minus coefficient of t upon this is one relationship. You should better write this in the standard form every time. So this is how product is equal to minus root 15 into root 15. Definitely root 15 into root 15 will be plus, will be 15, sorry, radical will go, but then minus plus will be minus 15. Okay, now this we have to convert it into c upon a. Is it c? Yes, minus 15, c upon a is 1. This is done. Okay, my dear students, with this we have got the 6th one and the last one. I think you can give it a try. We have already done this. Pause the video if you have understood this. Solve. Three for the 12 minus 12. I don't have to really minus 12. Minus 12 can be given by 3 4 the 12. Now the sign will be minus plus. So plus 3 into minus 4 will be minus 12. It is so short and so easily done. But the only thing is that every thought that I am going through, you should be able to understand that those thoughts. That's why you have to actually, better you solve every time. This we have done once, that's why I can just run through. So plus 3x minus 4x. This is done. Now verifying the relationship. Zeros. One upon 3 I have got. I have to bring it to minus b upon a. So minus I require. There is no minus over here. Minus 1 upon 3. Now minus b upon a. What it is? Minus b upon a. Minus is of the sign. b क्या है? Minus 1 upon a क्या है? 3. That is what I have got. Now this is going to be C upon A. C is what? Actually C upon A is equal to what? Minus 4 upon 3. Is this minus 4 upon 3 straight? Yes, so you can directly write. So with this we finished with question number 1 of exercise 2.2. Okay my dear students, so practice this, solve this, so that soon we can go to the next questions, that is of question number 2. Okay my dear students, see you all, take care. I hope you all understood this. Thank you, love you all my dear students.